Hi guys, so we're doing an interesting video on Wild Rift. So today we're back with a Renekton commentary guide. So I have been saying in my past two tier lists that Renekton is S tier, so I'm gonna have to make a video on him to prove why that is the case. So first things first, this was recorded in patch 2.3a, so this was before 2.3b, the day before 2.3b's patch notes were released. So here Garen was pre-nerfed, it was still the good Garen, and I'm going to show you guys just how Renekton can actually crush lane against Garen, especially if the Garen doesn't really know what he's doing. Now, if you guys notice, my team has a Fiora who's going to support, because Lux went mid. So first up, before we talk about that, here we get off a Q onto the Garen and the minion wave as well for the heal as well. So we win the trade over there. Now we're just gonna hit the Garen a little bit, and I'm just waiting for level 2. So now that I've gotten level 2, flash onto the Garen, stun, ignite Q, auto, and we get easy first blood. This is what Renekton can do. He's really strong in the early stages of the game. While we're at it, we'll just steal the fruit, Q the minions for a heal, and walk out. Unfortunately taking a tower shot, but you know, we still denied the fruit. So as I was saying, basically Fiora locked in at like the last second after everybody else already locked what they wanted. So I have no idea what was happening here. And you guys will see later on that this was a real 1v9 hard carry because my entire team doesn't really look too experienced. Maybe they're just testing out characters because this isn't ranked, this is just normals, because I'm also testing out Renekton. Here I'm going back in on the Garen, you know, just full combo and then clearing the minions. I'm just autoing him. He came back to late and he's instantly at like 1/4 health. Of course he does have his heal, so I'm just trying to prevent him from actually healing, but he disrespects me and oversteps a little bit, so I'm just gonna stun him and auto Q him for the kill. I do take a tower shot in the process, but of course tower shot for a kill, you know, don't even have to think about it. And we're gonna just start off on getting a few hits on the tower. We are denying Garen a lot of minions, so one way to destroy tank Garen, although that's not really going to be a problem anymore in patch 2.3b, is to just deny him minions, deny him farm. He doesn't have any levels, he doesn't have items, and you know, he can't really be a menace. Anyway, this Garen looks like he's going for Black Cleaver because he has a long sword and a ruby crystal, so I don't even think he's going for the for the Sunfire Aegis build. So that is good for our team in general, because this was when tank Garen was still scary. So here I'm already a full level ahead of him, and I've yet to clear this wave. So here I'm going to try to go on him again. I ignite him, go through, use everything, ult. So normally on Renekton you always want to use everything before you ult. Here I'm just going to run him down. So here Amumu turns up, and that's a mistake, especially after I've already killed the Garen, so I can easily take out the Amumu. Unfortunately here Amumu ults to save himself. I go in, and you know, I'm not gonna be able to get out, so I do actually trade the for the Amumu. Unfortunately, could have been a bit cleaner, probably don't necessarily have to have died. So here is our first example of my team not being the best. So here Jinx randomly flashes after using her W. I have no idea what she is doing there. I assume that they're trying to go on the Janna, but I have no idea what was that flash there. So can see that my team's not too experienced, so this is gonna really be a carry kind of job for Renekton. So here I picked up Blade of the Rune King first item, and in my opinion, after testing, Blade of the Rune King is the best first item for Renekton because Renekton can't full combo anyone, even when you're fed. You can't full combo anyone. As you guys can see, I'm fed, I'm 4-1, I full combo. I still have to auto attack Garen multiple times to get the kill. Here I have to flash into tower to get the kill. Almost die for it again, but thankfully we don't. Also queuing the cannon for a little bit of health, and going back to take the plant, honey fruit. So Garen really, Renekton really cannot like full combo anyone. He's not like a burst mage. He can't full combo anyone down to like to kill anyone instantly. So even after you use both your E's and your W and your Q, they're gonna be at best like below half, maybe 1/3 health, maybe 1/4 health left. So you're still gonna have to get off a couple of auto attacks, and this is where Blade of the Rune King comes in. Firstly, we get the passive where you you know, shred tanks, where you steal attack speed and movement speed, and you know, of course it gives you the attack damage and the attack speed and the lifesteal as well. Everything is what Renekton wants. So really it's kind of mostly for the attack speed and the lifesteal. So that's what you really want. Here I'm just zoning the Garen away from even coming out of his tower just because I'm 5-1. So there really isn't too much that he can do about it. He can't really step out, and now I'm just gonna 1v1 murder him again. At this point in time, he has given me like a couple of solo kills. I can just straight up ignore him and just straight up just go for the tower. I'm just trying to funnel the tower plane into myself here. He actually stands between me and outside the tower, so I can easily just E across him to get out of the tower. So I only take one tower shot. And as you guys can see, that didn't really do too much to my health. So at this point in time, I'm just so strong that, you know, I can just ignore the Garen and just go for the tower. So my goal here is that I'm really strong, but the rest of my team, if you guys take a look at the score, aside from the Jinx, no one is really doing well. Everybody is negative. So what I really want to do here is take down this tower so that I can rotate. Here, Garen tries to actually stop me from doing it, which is of course a mistake. Here, I'm just going to run him down, ignite him, everything. But unfortunately, he lives with a sliver of HP, and I'm not going to run into the tower to kill him. So unfortunately, he does escape with his life. But I have actually completed the goal of taking down the tier 1 tower, and it's only like 5 minutes into the game. Here, you know, my team is dying again. There goes the Fiora and the Jinx. So I really need to rotate to translate my lead to the other parts of the map. Basically, aside from me, my entire team is more or less losing. Jinx is doing alright, I'll give her that. But aside from the Jinx, everybody else is not doing well. So here, I'm just going to be clearing out the minions. It appears that my team, the Lux and the Vi, are going to contest the Rift Herald. But what I want to do is try to do as much damage to the mid tier 1 as possible. Funnel more gold into myself, especially after the change in patch 2.3a, where you actually get more gold to yourself instead of the team. So here I'm just going to take down mid tower. No one is really coming to stop me. Zed shows up way too late, so I basically get all 3 plates plus the mid lane tier 1. That is 550 free gold just to my team here. Rift Herald fight is going on. Of course, I need to join in the fight, get off my stun, and Q onto the Vayne to kill her. Of course, pick up the Rift Herald. We want to get the objective. Then we're gonna ult and go onto the Zed. Now Zed has used all his mobility, including his flash, but I do have to flash to follow, but he has used his R and his W, so we're gonna flash to follow. And Renekton and, sorry, not Renekton, Amumu and Garen just stick around in the area, and you know, I'm so fat. I'm 7-1 right now. I ignite the Amumu and use everything on the Amumu. Garen, instead of trying to run, thinks he can actually still go on me. He Qs me, and I pretty much just run him down with auto attacks. And that is why you need Blade of the Rune King on Renekton. So I get an unofficial quadra kill onto first the Vayne, then the Zed, and then the Amumu and the Garen. But of course the timer is way too long, but I get an unofficial quadra kill according to me. So here I'm so fat that I have picked up Blade of the Rune King, a Black Cleaver completed, Teleport Boots with Ninja Tabbies, sorry, Plated Steel Caps completed, and now I also have a BF Sword. So here, pinging to engage, I'm going to teleport in, and of course I'm really strong. Jinx unfortunately dies. Janna actually is going to escape with her life, but I'm going to run down the Zed, who's the more important target. Janna for some reason comes back in. I easily Q her for the double, and Amumu is in no man's land. I'm just going to run him down. Of course we do have mobility on the E, and we get a triple kill, so easy cleanup. So this is what I'm referring to. If you're in the lead, especially I was 5-1 in the top lane, you need to translate your team, you need to translate your lead to the rest of the team and influence the whole map. So here I drop Herald and try to go for this tower. Unfortunately the minion wave has evaporated, so yeah, so here I'm just trying to go for the tower. Here, from this point on in the game, I start inting. Basically, I'm 12-1. I think I'm really strong, so I basically try to take a 3v1, but it's not really gonna work out, especially with a Janna there to disrupt me. So here I die, so that's unfortunate. So here I start inting like a couple of kills. To be very honest, you guys will see in a while, but I really start inting, and this is one of the common mistakes when you're ahead. Now, I say ahead, but in reality, it's only me that's ahead. If you really take a look at the team's goal gap at 7k, most of the 7k, or maybe even all of the 7k, yes, all of the 7k goal lead is on me. If you guys take a look, I'm on 12k, and the second most goal on my team is Jinx, which is at 6k and a half. So literally, I'm almost double of Jinx's goal, and I'm pretty much double of everybody on the enemy team's goal except the Zed, who is doing the best on his team. He's 7-4-4. So pretty much my entire team's lead is on me. I am the team's lead. So if I start dying, if I start throwing the game, in reality, if I die, my team is behind because all the lead is on me. So I can't be just randomly dying here. Vi ult, so I'm going to follow up with the stun, and Amumu actually does flash to get out. Vi flashes auto attacks once and walks away. So here is the second example of my team pretty much not knowing what they're doing. First was Jinx randomly flashing, next Vi flashes, bongs the Amumu one time and walks away without actually picking up the kill. So I have to flash to follow up and get the kill. So here I'm not going to make the same mistake again. I get a tower plate and then I walk out. So of course I don't want to give the enemy team any more free kills, but of course I'm still Giga fed, so I can still pretty much zone them away from me as long as they don't like 2 or 3v1 me. In fact, I think even 2v1 is fine. As long as I don't get 3v1, I'm fine. Here it is gonna be a 3v1, so I'm in trouble. But of course I have not learned my lesson, so I'm just going in, I'm ulting, I'm using everything. Now it's pretty much a 5v1 at the moment. Obviously I die, but I do manage to put the majority of the enemy team really low. Unfortunately, no one can clean up. So here we have our third example of my team not knowing what they're doing. Here Fiora is just walking straight through the tower trying to get a half health Garen, and that isn't really gonna happen, especially when Fiora is 0, 4, and 2. So pretty much I've shown an example of everybody on the team just not really knowing what they're doing except the Lux so far. So this is a real 1v9 performance. You can already see from the score, but you can already see from the goal. This is a 1v9 performance just on Renekton. This is how good Renekton really is. So Renekton is really strong, especially when you get a lead. He can be very oppressive, definitely easily wins 2v1s. 3v1s not so much even when you're fed, but 2v1s definitely you can. And later on, I'm probably going to get off a little bit of a split push just to draw pressure to myself. Here I'm just going to, of course, pick up the red buff. Honestly, I'm so fed that red buff is the best on me. It's not going to be as good on the Jinx or anybody else on my team, so I'm just going to pick it up. Here, Amumu is recalling. I see that they're all low, so I do believe I can pick up the kill. So I do actually get the Amumu, and Vayne honestly plays really well here. I do manage to pick up the Janna before I die, but Vayne plays really well here. I gotta give it to the Vayne. Vayne manages to stealth so I can auto attack her with using her ultimate. And here Jinx goes for the tower, but runs towards the enemy team after getting the tower, which is really weird. But Vayne does play really well. She does stealth so I can auto attack her. Then she condemns me into the where the tower was, to the destroyed tower, so I get stunned. And if she didn't do that, that was another easy triple kill for me. So it was really well played by the Vayne. But fortunately, I do manage to pick up 2 kills before I die. Obviously, that is not a good trade at the moment because, as I said, my entire team's goal lead is on me, so I can't be affording to die. Even trading 2v1, 2 for 1 or 3 for 1 honestly isn't worth it, because the moment I'm off the map, the enemy team can do a ton. So here at this point, I've already completed my Sterix Gauge and my Guardian Angel as well. I'm going to be building towards a Death's Dance. So here, I know the entire enemy team is doing bad. We have Vision. So what do I decide to do here? Of course, I'm going to be inting again. So I've already died like 3 needless deaths. So what do? I go in 1v5 and attempt to steal the Baron when there's a Garen and there's an Amumu with Smite. So what happens here? I pop my ultimate. Ultimate is wasted. My GA gets popped, my GA is wasted. The only saving grace is that I managed to shut down the Zed, which is not worth it at all, of course. The entire enemy team aside from the Zed have Baron. Lux actually does okay here because she does get 2 tower plates from the inhibitor. Of course she can't finish off the inhibitor because they all have the Baron Empire recalls. If they didn't have Baron Empire recalls, she might actually have been able to even get the mid lane inhibitor, which would have actually made it a good trade for me. But unfortunately that's not the case, so instead my team is going to start up the Infernal Dragon. Now, something that my team has been doing well though is dragon stacking. So they have managed to actually pick up the first 2 dragons without my help, without too much of my help at least, because I did help by drawing pressure, but I didn't directly help in the dragon fight. So here Amumu decides to go in 1v2, and the Lux and the Jinx actually just demolish him. So he's gonna have to be a bit cautious. Here I'm obviously back on the map, but the dragon fight is more interesting. So I'm just showing the dragon fight. So here, of course, there's a huge Baron part wave. I'm gonna try to clear the wave as best as possible. But of course, with the Baron and part minions, and that's really hard. I'm taking quite a lot of hits from the Baron part minions as well, and it is hurting quite a lot. Aside from Janna and Zed just poking me out. Here Jinx decides to walk straight past the Zed and surprisingly gets out with her life. So, in case you guys are wondering, I am Emerald, and I don't know why my teammates are so I don't want to say that they're horrible, but they really aren't too experienced is what I will say. So here, just clearing out the waves, of course. I have actually managed to preserve my top lane tower so far, but of course it's gonna fall really soon. The bot lane tower is actually still up as well, so our team is doing very well in terms of dragons and towers. So we do have a 4k goal lead. Of course, that 4k goal lead is mostly on me. I'm still 15. I'm like at 15.5k goal, and the rest of my team, Jinx is at about 9k, so I'm still like 6k goal ahead of the Jinx. And I'm still like 5k goal ahead of the Zed, who's the most fat member on enemy team, so I have a giant lead. Here, Garen is caught out. We're just gonna chain CC him and he's gone. That's my first assist of the entire game. All I've been doing is picking up kills. So here, I know I saw Amumu coming over just because of the skull. So here I'm just gonna full combo him, ignite him, and he's gone. And yeah, so of course, you know, we're gonna catch up the enemy team as much as possible. Here I'm just gonna walk over to join my team. Here the team actually wants to end. They're pinging for the end, but that isn't really gonna happen because there are still the Zed and the Vayne and the Jan are still up. So that isn't gonna be the easiest. So instead, I decide not to int with them, because most likely scenario is that they're all gonna die, and that really does happen. They pretty much all die. Fiora actually makes it out with her life, but here I'm gonna make better use of our time by basically split pushing. So here I actually want to recall because I can actually get full build, which is my Death's Dance, but instead you know, I can see the entire enemy team on the mid lane just pushing out. And when I say the entire enemy team, I mean the 3 of them. Of course, Janna is dead, and the last person doesn't really matter. As long as I can see 3 of them, it doesn't really matter because I know that I can 1v2 anybody. Here, the Zed turns up, I flash on him for the stun, E through him, E again for the kill. Here Amumu has ult, but he chooses not to ult me on the tower. I mean, I still had GA, so definitely I'm not gonna die. So probably that is an alright choice by Amumu. Amumu does Q onto me though for some reason. And I'm just gonna walk away after pushing up the entire wave. So here I actually want to catch up the Vayne. I wanted to recall again, but I see that I can catch up the Vayne. So here, Vayne actually does die without me actually catching her out. And here I'm stuck in another 1v3. So my GA does pop, but fortunately the Fiora is here to sort of distract them a little bit for me. And I managed to pick up the Amumu off the distraction, and Jinx comes in for the distraction as well. And I'm gonna just pretty much just walk out, take the honey fruit to regen my health a little bit, and yes. So here, at this point in time, 3 of the enemy team is dead. We only have Garen and Janna left, and they're both at the top lane. So here I just want to quickly end the game before it gets out of control, because as I said, all the gold and everything is on me, so it's really a lot of pressure on me to carry. So here I just want to end the game as quickly as possible. Zed can clear the minion wave, and everybody else is either dead or somewhere else on the map. So we managed to pick up the victory. So here I'm gonna leave you guys with the stats as usual. So yeah. So thanks for watching the video, guys, and goodbye.